I was just, sharing myself since 5 a.m. till this moment, and it will continue like this till God knows when I'll close for the day. So
Yeah.
let's properly utilize this moment that we have together. I mean, it's a pleasure, it's an honor, and I would definitely want to do justice to it. So, Mr. Abdulaziz, if I can have my slides running to guide our
Yeah, sure,
conversation,
sure. Yeah, that's good. You can actually
appreciate.
have that. Yes.
All right then.
So, and I also want to mention that this is the first section I will be anchoring. All
Okay.
sections have been anchored by our moderator. But I believe for me to anchor your section, it's a privilege, and I'm honored.
It's a pleasure from my end then to sit shoulder to shoulder with leaders in the tech ecosystem. And favor, I would have wanted to be a gender thing, but don't worry, just allow Abdulaziz for today.
I actually hijack it from her.
No problem, ma'am. You have the floor. He's my
Uh,
boss.
it's fine then. Thank you.
So, do you want to share your slide?
Uh, you had access to it, right? Or should I share my screen?
You can share your screen so you can have a full control of your slide.
Okay.
So you have the permission to share your screen now.
All right then. Just a moment, please. I'm trying to find the file. Yeah. Okay. Okay, is my screen up now?
Yes, ma. Your screen is up, ma.
All right. So we can get started, right? Good afternoon once again, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this session with the topic ethics and values in leadership, presented by my humble self, Mrs. Nafisa Abubukar. Um, like I said earlier, uh, I am very passionate and excited about this event, this impactful event to add to that. And it's truly an honor to share this space with you all. Like the moderator rightly said, sorry, am I audible enough?
Yes. We
Very
can
well,
hear
ma.
you.
Very
All
well.
right.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so like the moderator rightly said earlier, I am the programs and hub manager for LapSpace. LapSpace is a women-led innovation hub, which is situated here in Niger State. But like we all know, in the tech ecosystem, right, you just have a physical location where at least you can walk into the building and you can carry out your tasks. But there's no limitations to what you can do around the world globally. So sometimes we call it global. So you can be local and be global at the same time. So that's what LabSpace is. LabSpace is just a building in Niger State, but trust me, it has a representation across Nigeria and Africa as a whole. So we've come quite a long way, almost a decade in the ecosystem. And for my background, I would say that I am passionate about community development. I'm passionate about innovative programs and youth empowerment. You know, youth are the driving force of any nation, trust me. And I'm also passionate about cultivating ethical leadership within Nigeria and Africa, of course. And my strong, very, very strong um, passion is around inclusion in the tech ecosystem, but with a focus on gender, which is, female participation in the tech space. And that's what will bring me to the next slide. Like you have clearly seen, there are gaps, like a visible and a very huge gap when it comes to female participation in the tech ecosystem compared to the male counterparts. And I want to use this program flyer as a very practical example. Myself is the only female that has so far been spotlighted on this leadership training, because probably when you check around, not that there are totally no female, participants or activists or experts or enthusiasts or experienced personnel actively participating. Not that there are none or there are very few of them. I came to terms that because when you go into our university ecosystems, you see that we have female lecturers, right? But limiting it to the tech space, and then for them to come out on that stage, that stage of hand holding the younger generation, being a voice, being a figure, being and should I use the word not mentorship per se, not a mentor per se, like a role model. Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for, right? So not every other person wants to be on that stage. Not any other person, especially when you come down to our region, like the northern part of the country. There are already stereotypes, there are barriers, there's already what the society perceives around what a female gender should be doing, with her life, where she should go, what she should do. Society has already defined those paths for us. So by the time you find yourself in a male dominated area, people start looking at you, what is she doing there? How did she get there? How is she coping? Who is taking care of her house? How is she taking care of, how is she balancing the work life, the, family life, her children? Does she have kids? uh, you know there's so many questions. I can go on. So many questions that would come in. And trust me, on her own part, she keeps facing so many challenges, uncountable challenges like trying to meet up with the deadlines, trying to manage teams, trying to manage her time, trying to fit in, how to blend in the two parts, how to manage burnouts, because you keep burning out. Trust me, once you're in the tech space and you're active, you would burn out, but you just have to do it like constructively, or um you have to take a calculated risk. So there are so many things bonded. That's not our topic for today, so let me not dive deeper into that conversation. But trust me, the ladies on this call, I just want to give you a nudge to tell you that there are so many potentials out there and opportunities for you in the tech ecosystem as a female representation, and especially from the north. You have so many things you can tap into, but you wouldn't know until you start that journey, right? So join me on this engagement. So my next slide, we have the topic proper. Now let's start. Okay. My voice is echoing. I hope all is well. All right. I think it's fine now. It's better. So, what are ethics and values in leadership? I'm sure some of us are aspiring to be leaders one day, either now or in the nearest future. Everyone aspires for growth. Like this morning, I woke up with a word in my head, and the word was like growth. Growth. It comes with a price. When you aspire for growth, just have it at the back of your mind that it comes with a price. And are you willing to pay that price? It's a question you should ask yourself anytime you aspire for growth, because you will definitely face the challenges. But those things that would keep you on track is what we want to have a conversation around right now. So, as a leader, you have to understand what is ethics and what is values. I have also seen the trajectory from the point where the session have started. Sorry, I'll be going back to my previous slide. The session that was anchored by Mr. Tasiu, my brother from Nasarawa State, who anchored the topic teamwork and conflict resolution. So once you're in the tech space, just know that you can't work in isolation. And if you can't work in isolation, you won't thrive. You won't grow. You won't. So so if you can't or you shouldn't work in isolation, it means you have to work in a team, right? So now working with a team comes with its own challenges as well, which is conflict. There must be a lot of conflict, conflict of interest. A lot of conflicts will come up once you are in a team, and I'm sure my brother did justice to that topic. And then
Sorry, Mr. Please, sorry. I noticed you joined the show.
Khadija, please mute yourself. Khadija, please mute yourself.
So please, I just want to make an observation. Can you help us to extend the slide whenever you want to present? Because I noticed you probably join with your phone, and for people that joined with their laptop might not be able to see your screen very well, and especially the slide. Okay. So I know
Oh,
you are not probably with
exactly.
your laptop. Okay. Oh yeah.
Exactly. You know, I told you I smuggled out of an event, so I'm not with my gadgets. So
Yes.
pardon
Yes.
me for not being too professional at this moment. And that was why I had to throw some humor at the entrance of the conversation so that we will, bear with the situation. But I believe we can manage, right? Is the screen better now?
Yes. Yes.
All right, all right. So, Mr. Umar from Maiduguri also delivered his lecture on time management. So, if you would work as a team, you would have to find a balance around time and productivity, because maybe what works for you might not work for me, right? So, we have to have a common, you know, um, a common practice, sort of an agreement, kind of a standard operation procedure around our engagements, right? So my brother from Maiduguri did that, Umar, and I am here now to inform you or to enlighten you or broaden your minds into what leadership proper is. So sorry, I think I should have a landscape engagement. All right, so who amongst us can identify this guy on the screen? I'm losing it. I'm losing it. Please, if you can identify this guy on the screen, please unmute your mic and tell me his name. Anyone in the house? No response. Can you see my screen? Like, is it visible enough?
Yes, yes,
Yes,
ma.
ma.
Okay, so none of us know him. So this is your first task, right? His name is Vusi Vusi Tembekwayo. He's from South Africa, and he's one of my role models. Trust me, when it comes to technology and entrepreneurship, he is one of the top guys in Africa that you should be following. Like, you should make proper use of your social media handles, not just for fun, but for exploration, for experience, for more knowledge. So you should follow him. As we are on this call, you can just go to your Instagram page, YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, search for Vusi Tembakwayo and follow him. You would thank me later for that. So he has been one of my very good role model when it comes to leadership, right? And there's a lot, like, you command as a leader. There's a lot of guts. There's a lot of challenges, a lot of successes. There's a lot of ladder for you to climb if you are a leader. And for you to stand the test of time, you have to have what is called leadership ethics, and you have to have values, moral values. So it's just like you are a leader but you don't have direction. Like, you wake up in the morning and you don't even know what to do or where to go. Does that sound nice? Or you don't even know what exactly to handle? No, 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 that's highly not professional, and that's highly not, structured. So you have to have ethics. And from the slide, our definition of ethics means moral principles that govern a leader's behavior and decision making. So you being a leader means it comes with behavioral activities that would affect the lives of people around you, and you have to make decisions as well, right? So now you just wake up as a leader and you said there's no work today. Today is Saturday, right? There's no work today, or no, there's work today since today is Saturday. Let's go with everybody should come to the office today. Like, did you know the effect of your statements to people around you, your team members, your colleagues, your subordinates? So there's just a statement that you will make that would affect somebody's life, either positively or negatively. So you have moral principles that you command, and then you use it judiciously, like you don't abuse it, right? So values from the slide also says that it deeply held beliefs that guides attitudes and actions, right? So if me now as a leader, I don't have principles, I don't have beliefs that will guide my action, uh, 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 like in your team members sef, one day you'll be standing and somebody will come and put hand on your forehead and be pointing at you, like arguing with you, and I can tell, like from my experience at LabSpace, where I've worked with a lot of people. Even if they disrespect you, they dare not come to your presence, like your front, to your eye, and then so sorry for that. If you are a leader with decorum, with values, with ethics, you know how to carry yourself. Even if you, like, people must talk about you or your decisions, right? You favor some and you not favor some, but they dare not come to you like openly putting hands in your eye. They can't, because you have values, because you have ethics, because you know how to carry yourself. You have attitudes, you have principles that are guiding you, and you stick by them. If you're a leader and you say come to office 8 a.m., you don't show up at 9:30, and you expect your subordinates to now respect your commandments. It doesn't work that way, right? So for you that are aspiring leaders, and potential leaders in the nearest future, I would use this to, like, give you a nudge and tell you that you have to start building yourselves, like from right now. You start building yourself. You start, anything you read about, anything you study, all your experiences becomes part of you, becomes a building block, a step forward, you know, about your personality, how somebody will define you. So I'm making a reference to a book that you should look for if you want to, tread that part of leadership. You should look for it. Name of the book is The Effective Executive by Peter Drucker. So he said leadership starts with integrity and clarity of values. And just like I mentioned earlier, you know, you have to have integrity in your words. Don't be a leader that lies. I won't go deep down talking about our leadership system in Nigeria, but trust me, when you talk about our political counterparts, political, political counterparts in the political space, they are leaders too, and you would have a question mark on their words. So that's a story for another day. But leadership, what you should take out of this slide, your take home out of this slide is a leadership without values is directionless, like it doesn't have direction. Then leadership without ethics is dangerous. It's dangerous because you overuse it. So You have to have values, you have to have ethics. So the next slide, right? Why ethics and values in matters in leadership. Why does it matter? Why? Like all the whys. Why should I do this? Why should I do that? Why should I have to be the one to, always be first in the office? Or why should I have to always be the one to take the decision? Why should I have to be the one to say the yes or the no's? Right? So, sorry. Sorry about that. The first why is you have to build trust within your teams and stakeholders. You being a leader, a potential leader or founder of a scalable idea that can solve problems, that would be a solution to problems. You have to interface with a lot of people, from your team members to top stakeholders. You'd have to find a balance around how your words have impact on them. They will have to think whether what you are saying is true or not. They will have to want to know if they should trust your statement and your ability or not. I think I would have to like speed up, not go too much into details. So the second why is it to promote accountability. Why you should have ethics and value. Why it matters in leadership. Don't forget. It will promote accountability and transparency. So if you are a leader and you are not accountable for resources that are under your care and there's no transparency, did you think you will last? Um, I doubt. You might not stand the test of time. So you have to watch it. You have to watch it. And you have to possess those qualities: trust, accountability, um, accountability, transparency as well. So the next one is strength. You have to strengthen decision making in complex situations. So there are times that you just wake up and to surprises. You just wake up and you just meet a surprise, unexpected expenditure, unexpected occurrences, unexpected activities will come up. How will you make those complex decisions? How? So it matters in leadership. And how do you manage situations? How do you solve problems? How do you solve problems? So those are the kind of things that make you stand out as a leader. So if you possess those qualities, trust me, you will see your growth trajectory growing. You will just be growing from one stage to another. So the next one is enhance organizational culture. So why you should have those values is it will enhance organizational culture. So every organization, right, has a culture. Like in my organization, LapSpace, every Thursday we have a culture of wearing our branded T-shirts, like company T-shirts, right? So me as a leader, I have to lead by example. I have to always, be the one. Thursdays, automatically, you just see me showing up with my company T-shirt. So if you, as my team member or subordinate, you are not on your company T-shirt, I can question you. I can even ask you to go back home and change, right? So what happens if I appear without the T-shirt? Would I have that audacity to question somebody? Even if I have and I do, the person in his mind will be grumbling. They will definitely grumble. They will be like, look at how she is not on it, but she knows how to command people. But that's what they will perceive about you. And you wouldn't want that as a leader. You wouldn't want side talks. You'd greatly want to avoid those things that would make people see you less than a leader. So there's a case here that I would want us to cite, which is about Paul, Paul Kagame from Rwanda. He advocated for accountability and national vision with value-based leadership. And you can't begin to underestimate the magics he did during his tenure. You should look for his history, and you there's a lot to learn from him. And another one that might, let me bring you up to speed. Another one that might resonate perfectly with you at the moment is the leadership style of Ibrahim Traore from Burkina Faso. He is always in the news, if you notice, and he is in the news for the right reasons, not for the wrong reasons. Why? Why is he always in the news? You hardly swipe through news these days and you won't see Ibrahim Traore of Burkina Faso on news. I doubt it. He is always in the news, and anytime he's in the news is for a different reason and for a different impact uh, value that he's delivering to his people. And somehow you would want to, um, you would want to jackpa to Burkina Faso. I'm not sure of that, but okay. Let's hope that we have such situations in Nigeria as well. I'm not here to point fingers. I would have pointed fingers, but I won't. I'm not here for that. So, core ethical principles for modern leadership. Core ethical principles. What are those principles? At the beginning of the lecture, I mentioned values and ethics, right? And somewhere around there, I know there's something I mentioned about principles. So, what are those things that you feel they are principles that I should adhere on as a potential leader, as an upcoming leader? How I should command the crowd? What are those things that I should feel them in me? Like myself, I always say I always believe in my instincts. Anything my instincts tells me, I work with it. So what are those things that have built my instincts over time? Of course, it's my principles. And what are those building blocks in my principle packages? First is integrity. We've mentioned integrity earlier. Trust me, you can't talk about leadership and integrity wouldn't show up. It would always show up. You are a leader, talking about leadership, talking about ethics, talking about value, and you don't have integrity, then we should go for an integrity test and see. That's just jokes for the humor. So, accountability as well. Own your actions. I just cited an example around my company culture of wearing company shirt every Thursday. So if you can't be held accountable for your actions, who else? Who else? I mean, who else should be held accountable for your actions? So it has to be you. So you have to own it. Fairness. As a leader, you have to treat all stakeholders justly. Stakeholders here does not really matter the top stakeholders. It could be your subordinates, it could be your customers, it could be the users of your app, it could be anything, anybody that has anything to do that is adding anything to you, any value, either to you or to your organization. That person has become a stakeholder. That person has become something you should bother about, right? So you have to also be just and fair when dishing out orders or trying to solve or resolve an issue. So you must not be biased, right? So these are principles that would build you and make you a credible leader, and you can build your trajectory along your leadership line or growth. So you have to also have empathy. If you are a leader and you are ruthless, I mean, nobody dare look you in the eye. Probably not in the tech space. So don't quote me wrong. If you are a leader in the tech space, you have to have empathy. So let's like keep reminding ourselves about the space that we are. You know, one thing I love about the tech space is it's not too formal, and then it's not um in-professional. So it means it's not too formal but professional. We don't take things too hard, you know, too rigid, sort of. Like I came here on this floor, I don't want anybody to address me as a doctor by my, profession or something. I just want to be seen as an average person, of course, but you have to always give due respect, you know. So as a leader, you have to connect to others genuinely if really you want to make impact, and then you want your impact to last, and then you want generations to come to remember you. I mean, the next generation should remember you, right? In leadership, like you want to leave your marks. So you have to have empathy. You have to connect to people around you, your stakeholders, genuinely. You have to understand their pain points. You have to be a problem solver, right? For you to be a credible leader, to be that leader that once they are being seen, they will be celebrated. Oh, another the last but not the least is transparency. So transparency means clear communication and open discussions. As a leader, if you are not open to discussions, honestly, I can't even picture out what will happen to you. Like you won't even go far. You are not open to conversations, feedbacks, constructive criticism. As a leader, you must be open to these things so that you can also always build yourself, always remodel yourself. You have to, keep with the trend so that you don't lose out. So if you don't open this clear communication, something might be happen even under your nose and you wouldn't even know. Somebody that's supposed to come and inform you is skeptical whether to inform you or not. So that's a challenging thing. So I cited this quotation from Good to Great by Jim Collins. It's also a book that you'd want to you know study because it's well packed. It says that five leaders combine personal level five leaders combine personal humility with professional will. So you have to combine. If you want to be, what he mean here by level five is, that five-star ratings. So that's what it means. For you to be on that ratings, you have to combine personal humility and professional will. So by the time you have this hack, trust me, you will see yourself there someday soon. So my next slide, I hope we are still enjoying the conversation. So I would want to see your reactions, please, if we are still in tune with each other, so I can be
Very
sure
well,
I'm not
ma.
talking to myself.
Very
Thank
well,
you.
ma. Yeah, we are enjoying the class, ma. Very well, ma.
All right. Thank you. So like I was saying, leadership values that drive impact. Just to give you a nudge, again, a second nudge, we are talking about ethics and values in leadership. So, what are those leadership values that will drive impact? Because definitely at the end of the day, whether we like it or not, either religiously or culturally or morally or social wise. Trust me, we will all die. We know that. So if you die today, what will you be remembered for? What is that thing that you will be remembered for? So it's something for you to ponder, but do that on the background, right? So as a leader that would be existing for that period of your existence, what are those values that will drive impact? You have to have vision. If you don't have vision, I doubt how you want to lead. I doubt. So good leaders, right, have great visions, clear long time directions. That is what a vision means. A clear long term direction. You are a leader today here. In the next 5 years, how do you see yourself? Sorry, like I said, I mean, I'm somewhere open, so I just saw somebody that I know. Sorry about that. So, um, a clear long-term direction would define vision. Vision means you are here today. In the next 2 years, where would you want to be? If you are a leader and you don't have such strategies, my dear, go back to your drawing board. So these are things that you should understand and conceive and make them part of you. There are people that they are born leaders. They are leaders by nature. They are here today, and in the next 1 year, they don't want this place will just be bored to them. Boredom will catch up with them. They want to change location. They want to change people that they see around them. They want to change their environment because their head cannot contain seeing one thing, over time. So so there's a lot to talk about if you want to be a leader and a leader with big visions. Don't set your limit so low. As a leader with vision, with great visions, and building solutions that would last long and yes, serve more people. You would want to have big dreams. Let me use that word, dreams. Maybe that will resonate perfectly with you. You would want to have long lasting impact on whoever comes across anything that has to do with you, right? So be a leader with big dreams, with big visions, and of course, keep it structured. Don't overdo, and just know that you have to grow along the line. Because let me set an example. If you are here today and I give you 100 million naira, what can you do with it? Can you handle it? Can you handle 100 million? Would 100 million not make you arrogant? Will 100 million not change your visions? Will 100 million not change your language? Like, you just lose it if you are not there yet. So it's something that you would have to grow through them. It's like a ladder. You can't jump from ladder 1 to ladder 10. It doesn't work that way. But at least you can combine 1 and 2 together. Maybe depends on how fast you can be. As a leader, how fast you are also has a very good uh, um, effect on your journey. I can be here and then I can do something in 1 week that will land me somewhere. Meanwhile, somebody else is somewhere that can do that thing He can decide to burn himself out and get it done in 2 days. Then there's somebody somewhere that would prefer to take his time and use 1 month to get there. So that's what sets us different as leaders. So how fast you are, especially in the tech space, speed. You know the importance of speed, right? You remember those days that our phone was 1 gig, and now that we have phones of, you know, terabytes, gigabytes. I mean, bigger space. So speed is very important in the tech space. And if you are a leader and you possess such, well, congratulations to you. You should make use of it, because good use of it, because it will take you places. So another thing is courage. What you should have in like part of the values you should have that would drive more impact is courage. Trust me, the world belongs to those who dare. If you are not able to dare to try, it means you belong to those parts of the world who would be called consumers, who would become subordinates, who would become users of somebody else's system or dreams. So you have to always have the courage. I, like I want to remember my humble beginning when I started. My mentor, he gave me all the courage that I needed to you know start my journey, and I can't say less to the impact he had on me. In fact, there was a time he just made use of just one statement. He said I should go and represent him in a panel session. Like I should appear as a panelist in a panel conversation where experts. And I told him I can't. He said, look, you can do it. And it's just you who doesn't know that you can do it. That word stick to my head. He said I can do it, and it's just me who doesn't know that I can do it. So it means you have to take courage. You have to stand by what is right and do what is right. And if you don't take those kind of courage, you hardly grow. That was my first appearance in a panel conversation, and it went well. And ever since then, I've done thousands of them again. So that's what it takes to have courage, right? And always do what is right. Do stand by what is right. And another example is the courage of the example is on the slide, which is talking about Michelle Elegwe, who is the co-founder of InterSwitch. Sorry, he's the founder, I think. Let me not get it. He was co-founder in Flutterwave, I guess. So he built a fintech powerhouse rooted in values, value-driven leadership. Rooted in value-driven leadership. We remember what it used to be like in Nigeria when it comes to our banking system and what the financial technology has done, how it has disrupted, you know, that space, that sector, that industry, the banking industry. Did you see what the financial industry did to it? The financial technology. So if people like Michelle didn't have the courage, didn't have the vision, didn't have the knowledge, the learning trajectory as a leader to make these moves, did you think that we'll be here today talking about him? So these are people that I want to leave you with, to dive deeper in making research around them, how they were able to do it, how they were able to change the narratives, how they were able to disrupt an entire industry. It takes a lot. Follow them on their social media handles, learn from them. read about them and check out how they were able to grow from one stage to another and emulate them. Um, so we are on the next slide, and is talking about ethical dilemmas in leadership. They say food wey sweet na money kill am. Right? So being a leader and appearing in places, conferences, events, your pictures everywhere, some people will just think you are having it sweet and sassy, like you don't have problem. Irony o. Sorry, I speak a little of Yoruba. So so it's not all rosy out there. It's not rosy out there. You have to, like, there are there are parts where you would have dilemmas, challenges. So resource allocation, who gets what and why. Then transparency versus confidentiality would come to play. Cultural value versus organizational policy. That's politics. Let me use that. Permit me to use that word, politics. Sorry, I'm playing with my screen. Sorry. I just want to be sure that yes, we are here. So as a leader, you will be the one in charge of who gets what and why. So you just be caught in the middle. You'll be caught in the middle because a lot of things will affect your decision making. How do you handling power and influence responsibly? How do you handle power? How do you handle your influence and you are not hurting anybody? So I have a reference here from So Good They Can't Ignore You. It's a book. You should look for it. Read it and you love it. You will learn a lot if you want to be a leader, and a good one for that matter. It says that uh, leadership gain influence through rare and value skills, grounded principles as well. So you have to um, be grounded with your principles, and you have to find the balance around transparency and your confidentiality. So there are people that definitely in your team that you would have confidence, talking to them or leaking secrets. You have to find a balance about giving out information. Those are challenges. When it comes to decision making again, and who gets what and why, cultural values will come to play. Trust me. And your organizational policies will come to play. So, like, for example, in LabSpace, right, we say we are a women-led innovation hub, and we are in the north, and we are here for a reason. We want to change the narrative of the northern woman, breaking barriers and making them leaders in even in the tech space. So now here you are with such mindset, and here you are again with your culture. Who says that a woman shouldn't be a leader? A woman shouldn't be found out there in odd hours having meetings and conversations with people who she doesn't even know. You know, it's a lot. It's a lot to handle. And by the time you are being caught in such activities or engagements, trust me, as a leader, you would find yourself in dilemmas, like in confusion, in doubts, what to do or what not to do. So If you are not grounded by values, if you are not grounded by principles, you will just be messing up and be messing everything up. You just mess up everything. And before you know it, one small chaos will happen like this. And everything you've built will just crumble right in front of you just because you've made a decision that has affected lives. Okay, let's go to the next slide. So, embedding ethics in daily leadership. So, we are still on the topic leadership and, sorry, ethics and values in leadership, right? Number one, you have to do, how do you keep up with, how do you keep up with everyday activities? How do you keep building yourself? How do you stay in trend? How do you not, offend too many people? How do you strike the balance? So, regular reflection, regular reflection. You have to always come back to your drawing boards. You have to check what have you done in the past uh, moment. Let's say 1 week, 2 weeks, 1 month, last quarter, quarterly. Is it weekly, annually, quarterly? Okay, you shouldn't even get to annually. Quarterly, you should measure yourself. You should have self reflection of who you are, what you have done, and what you want to be in the future, and set out new targets, new tasks, new uh, uh, um, new values to be added, right? So you have to also encourage open dialogue in teams. If you don't open yourself to dialogue, it's a bit tricky, I must say. You have to like get feedback. You have to understand what people think about you now, right? You have to know what people perceive when they see you or when they don't even see you. Like if you don't show up, who cares? Or who doesn't even care, right? Those are the things that you should bother about as a leader, like an integrity test, sort of. Just don't even show up one day in the office and see whether your team members will bother to call you or not. If they don't call you or they don't even look for you, you should ask why. Maybe your presence around them is not appealing, or if you are around, wahala don't come be that. It's when you are not around that people are happy and rejoicing that you didn't even come today to office. So these are things that you should constantly put on checks. And some of them that would guide you is open dialogue in teams. So the next point is building systems that reward ethical behaviors. So if you want to stand the test of time and you want to keep retaining your team members, because trust me, Japa syndrome will keep growing. People will keep looking. Since I'm in primary school, I've been hearing about looking for greener pasture. And up to today, people are looking for greener pasture. Until tomorrow, people will continue to look for greener pasture. So don't even think that people are working with you today that they'll just remain there forever. No, you should understand the tricks. You should reward good behaviors. Those that put in energies to see their work are being executed properly and timely. They should be rewarded. It will serve as encouragement to others. And that way you'll be building the bond between you and your team members. And building your team members means you building your army, right? As a leader, you should know that you are building an army, and the loyalty of your army should matter to you a lot. So the last one on this slide says you should walk the talk. So just for check-ins again, let it not look like I am talking to myself
بسم الله والحمد لله والصلاة والسلام
all
على
this
رسول
while.
الله.
I would like to see thumbs up.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. لا تأخذه سنة
Sorry.
ولا
Oh,
نوم له
Sorry.
ما في السماوات وما
sorry.
في الأرض من ذا
Okay, can you
الذي
see my screen now? Please, somebody should confirm.
عنده
And
إلا
if you can
Yes,
بإذنه
see
we
my
can see
screen.
your screen, but
يعلم
there is a
ما
background
بين
noise.
أيديهم وما خلفهم
Background
ولا
noise.
يحيطون بشيء
There's a
من
background
علمه
noise.
Yes.
إلا بما
Okay, sorry about
شاء
that. Let me check on it.
وسع كرسيه السماوات والأرض ولا يؤوده حفظهما وهو العلي العظيم.
Okay. Can you hear me now? Am I clearer now?
Loud and clear, ma.
All right. Thank you. So the last on the list here says you should walk the talk. You should model the behavior you expect. So I said it earlier on this conversation that um, you should, be the first person to lead by example. You shouldn't be doing the wrong things, be in the wrong place at the wrong time, and then you expect your subordinates to respect your decisions. You expect your subordinates to to respect your decisions, or to keep their own part of the agreement when you don't, right? Their own part of engagement when you don't keep up. So you have to always be a model, a role model, and you have to like always beat their expectation. You have to always be like two step ahead as a leader. So for you to be a role model, you have to be like two step ahead. You have to always read, you have to always research, you have to always be in tune with the current activities, so that somebody is coming and telling you something, you've seen it already. You should know how to handle it. Not that somebody is coming and is talking and you don't even have idea of what the person is talking about. And nobody is saying you should know everything, oh, as a leader, but in another way again, you have to know everything. Because if you don't know, it means you are giving room for a replacement, and you wouldn't want to be beaten to your own game, right? So the next slide, it says developing a personal code of leadership ethics. How do you develop these leadership ethics that we've been talking about? What should be my code as a leader so that I can stand out? Number one, the one on green, says you should identify your non-negotiable values. Identify non-negotiable values. So there are times that you'd, let's say, who gets what and why. Favorism would come in. But if you want to favor somebody now, you would ask yourself, what are those things that I cannot negotiate? Like, I cannot even bring myself that low to agree to it. For me now, if you ask me, right, what are my non-negotiable values? My number one is I will never give you, or I will never insult my mentor or my leader somewhere, because if I can open my inner secrets and insult my leader somewhere and it gets to his ears, that wouldn't be a good thing. Like, it doesn't speak well of me then. Or you want to bite the fingers that has fed you before. Anybody that says you should sell you should sell your company secrets to them, would you do that as a leader? You, like, that's a non-negotiable thing, like something you cannot even do. You can't negotiate on that, right? Like the secret source of your organization, or uh, uh, some of your core documents. As a leader, you would have a lot of documents in your possession. So I'm sure you wouldn't want to somebody somewhere or a competitor will come and say, I'm giving you so amount of money. You should give me um so thing. So it won't make sense. It won't make sense to you. It shouldn't even make sense to you. Like, you can't negotiate it. That's one thing that you should have, or you should harbor in you as a leader. You should identify your non-negotiable values. Second is you should define your leadership purpose. What do you even want to gain by being a leader in so space, in so organization? What are those things that you want to be known for? You want to be doing paparazzi so that they will say, her capacity choke, some of those things, so that you can come out and raise your shoulder. Is that what you want? Zero impact, no record of what you have done. Or you want to be quiet, or you want to be in places that you touch lives positively, or if your name is mentioned, you'll be celebrated. Or no, you have provided a solution to a problem in a community somewhere, using your knowledge, using the resources in your possession. So you should define your leadership purpose. The next one is you should commit continuous integrity checks. You should commit to integrity. Like, I kept on saying this integrity, it keeps showing up again. A leader without integrity, man, man, I'm just trying to have this bigger picture around it. Probably you just wake up one day, you are walking, and somebody will just start throwing you things. Well, that happens in the political space. The life is used for you to align decision with long-term impact. You should know that decisions that you take should have long-term impact. As a leader, you should know that. So you should always align your decisions to the long-term impact of those decisions. That's how to be a leader. That's how to be known for, even when you've gone. Look at people like Bill Gates. We still remember them because why? They have left a long-lasting impact on anybody that would come into the tech space today. Anytime anybody is studying about computer and computer literacy, they must know that need. Bill Gates, they must know their likes. Then the next generation that came after them, uncle, is the social media founders, right? People like Mark Zuckerberg. See the people like Elon Musk that are trying to, you know, build solutions that would change the world. So these are things that you should be looking at as a leader. These are the kind of visions you should be conceiving as a leader so that you can have a long lasting impact. So this is a group reflection or an activity. And the first says that you should share a time when you had to choose between what's right and what is easy. Leadership is not easy, right? So there must be a time where you find yourself to think whether to do what is right or what is easy. Let me just do it and pass, right? Or let me do it because it has to be done properly. It has to be done in a structured manner. It has to be done because of the long term impact it would have on whoever comes across it. So let's have like two persons because of time, just two persons to share so that I can know that I wasn't just talking to myself all this while. So can you please, whoever wants to talk should please raise their hands. Anybody? Just two persons. Oh. Moderator, are you still on the call? Or favor?
I'm very much here, ma.
Please, is there anybody raising their hands that I can't see?
No one, ma. Please, if you
No
have
one.
any question, please, you can raise up your hands now. If you have any question, please
It's
raise
not
up
even
your
a
hand.
question. It's not a question. It's for them to share a moment where they
Okay.
had to choose between what is right and what is easy. Maybe they've come across something somewhere during their journey of life and they just want to share it with us. Just two
Okay.
persons.
We want volunteers. Khadija, Miriam, Olabisi, Yumi, guys,
Yes, maybe
Abib,
we should
you
call
guys,
names.
you guys should volunteer to say something. Joy, unmute yourself and say something. Miriam, Aisha, you guys should unmute yourself and say something. We are learning from each other. This is a platform. That's why you are leaders.
Mm-hmm. The game changers. Nobody wants to talk. Does it
All
mean that
right,
I've been
ma.
talking to myself? Oh,
Okay, Miriam, you have the
we have
floor.
Miriam. Thank you, Miriam. Thank you for coming on board. So, what would you
Yeah.
want to share?
There was a point in my life where I wanted to learn a handwork. So at that point, I've saved like a particular amount of money, and I was wondering maybe I should just use that money to get sneakers because I love buying sneakers, or I should use it to learn the handwork that is shoemaking. I wanted to learn shoemaking. So, and when it's time for me to choose, obviously somebody will choose learning the handwork, like because well, that is important and it's going to take long. But well, I chose buying sneakers, not shoemaking. So yeah, I
Clap
chose
for
what's easy
yourself.
and know what's right.
Oh, clap for yourself. So, where's the sneakers now? Are you still using it?
Yeah, so I bought two.
Oh, nice, nice, nice. I hope it lasts long, and I hope you can understand that decisions that you make have a long-term impact on either you or anybody around you. And I hope that next time when you are taking your decisions, you would consider the long-term impact. Right, Mariam?
Yes, ma, I actually regretted it. It's like 2 years ago. That was like 2 years ago. But up to now, I still keep thinking about it. That why will I make that awful decision? But yeah.
All right, nice, nice. So I that's why we like conversations like this should hold so that we can all learn from each other. So who wants to go next again so that we can wrap it up? Anybody? Or should I just call name? Would you want me to call?
Habib, you are here now. You are on the call now. Aisha, you are on the call. What's going on? Aisha Hamzat. Khadija, what's going on today? What's wrong?
Maybe they don't want to be leaders.
Leaders are not meant to keep
Ma,
quiet.
before I could read the question finish, I stopped seeing your screen, so I don't even know the question.
Hello. Okay.
Okay. She
Uh,
wants you to repeat the question. Khadija wants you to repeat the question, ma.
okay. So the question says the what have you is there any moment you would want to share where you had to choose between what is right and what is easy? What is right and what is easy? Just share a moment where you had to choose between these two things. And
All right.
Mariam gave us a very good example.
All right, ma. Ma, in my faculty, I'm a student judge, and when they bring a case before the court, people would like institute preliminary objections so that we can just strike the case out without going to trial. So it's easier when we just strike the case out at preliminary objection stage. And for me, if they just strike it out, then the case is over. But in situations whereby I know that this case doesn't deserve to be struck out because your preliminary objection does not have any merit, I have to choose what is right over what is easy. It's easy for me to strike your case out, and I know that I'm done with your case, but it's right for me to actually consider the substance of your case. So I usually consider the substance of the case instead of just striking out the case on preliminary objection. So I always choose to do what's right over what's easy.
Nice, nice, nice. I've learned from Khadija myself just now. That's a big one. That's a big one. So I hope others too have learned from her that you would, you should um, do what is right than what is wrong because it will have a long lasting impact on whoever, you know, uh, uh, um, is directly or indirectly related to that particular thing. So, so we should always be cautious of the decisions we make as potential leaders. Um, we are running a bit late, even though we didn't start early. But the next one says we should discuss what values helped guide your decision. What values has helped guide your decisions? So, is there anybody that would want to share how they've, their values in life has helped guided their decision? Maybe you were somewhere, maybe home training, Nigerian mothers effect didn't allow you to lie, and you had to be in a place where you have to say the truth, or you know, somebody somewhere will have to suffer for something. Like it's hard to guide your decision at that particular time. Is there anybody that would want to share what particular value has helped guided their decision? There are a lot of values, maybe accountability, maybe integrity. It could be your courage. It could be anything. Anybody would want to share so that I can know that I didn't smuggle myself out of an activity to be with you and I did not deliver the expected outcome. Just one person, please, for time purpose. Just one person. Anybody in the house?
Can you please repeat the question, ma'am?
Good day, ma'am.
Okay.
We have somebody. All right, good day.
Yes, ma'am. So my take personally, whenever I want to take tough decisions, because there are tough decisions, and whenever I want to take tough decisions, and let me just say maybe decisions in general.
Mm.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Am I audible? Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. So first of all, I pray about the decision I want to take. Then I also look for someone, someone older than me that have also observed him or her who have go through such decision before us that have go through such journey before and have achieved something or have succeeded, then I will ask him or her for an advice on the decision I want to take. The one I could remember very well is my tutor for JAMB then. That was 2019. I was learning handwork already. I've spent like 3 years and more learning my handwork, which is tailoring. And
Mm.
I'm making a new decision to further my education. Like I want to have a degree. So it was so it was so difficult for me to just leave my handwork and just ignore my bosses because I've been I've been a very serious trainee when I'm learning my handwork. I've been so serious. Then I'm catching up so fast. I'm learning it. But then my tutor, Mr. Shonibara, he said I have to decide, and it is on me that is either I decided to continue learning my handwork, which eventually in the future, just and that will just be my career, or I should go for my interest, which is my own ambitions, at least to further my education, to be exposed and to be academically smart. So he told me then that I will have to sacrifice, which is I will have to um, 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 sacrifice more time for my jump tutorial and at least stay away from learning my handwork. And I decided that I would do that because I really want to want to go to school. I really want to further my education. And I did. Today, I mean my final year. I didn't regret it so far. I didn't regret it. It was such a big decision and an achievement for me.
Wow, wow, that's a very big one, and I would want to say congratulations to you for taking that
Thank you so
bold
much.
step,
Thank
and
you so much,
it's
man.
definitely a decision that you would never regret. Trust me, you would never
Thank you, man.
regret it. And I
Thank
hope there are a lot of people that you would guide and support in, like, you handhold them and show them how to do what is right, not what is easy, and how to, you know, choose what would have a long lasting impact on them. So, you being able to cascade this knowledge down to your, let's say, younger ones or upcoming potentials, that will put you on the edge to be a leader. So let's quickly wrap this up. We are having we are having a weather turmoil here. So on the final thoughts and our enter, enter. Sorry, I am having a situation here.
Understood, ma. Well understood, ma.
So let's wrap it up, please. Leadership is not all about results; it's about how we achieve them, right? Then number two says ethical leadership inspires trust, respect, and long-term impact. That's what we've been discussing, like all this while, long-term impact, right? Then great leaders are not defined by the absence of weakness, rather by the presence of clear ethics and value. And I hope that with all these conversations that we've had, with these little deep dives, I hope you would find it convincing rather than confusing to um, sorry I would say that I can always get this slide across to you all, and I'm looking forward to further engagement. I'm open to mentorship. I'm open to constructive conversations. I'm open to structured learning. And like I said from the beginning of the session, I'm passionate about community development and youth empowerment. So the next slide has my details. You could save it up or take a screenshot of your screens. You can reach out to me. But please, it has to be on something serious, right? This has brought us to the end of these conversations, and I'm looking forward to your questions now. Thank you.
Thank you very much, ma. Thank you for your time. Thank you for the teaching. Thank you for the inspiration, and we really appreciate it. Thank you so much, ma. So we just have few minutes, and we are going to be entertaining just few questions before we call it a day. Anyone with questions, please, this is the time to unmute yourself, and please don't allow it to be rowdy. Let's make it orderly. Abib, you are raising up your hand. Be the first to open the floor, followed by Miriam Sulaiman. Abib, you have the floor. Okay, Miriam Sulaiman, you can take it up, please. After
Right,
Miriam,
ma'am.
okay.
I wanted to ask that. All right. So I wanted to ask that. Um, mom was Miss Nafisa was saying something about women being in tech space and how it's not easy. So I wanted to ask, how is she able to navigate it? Because I personally am trying to like learn more about tech, like different tech spaces. Like now, different tech skills. Like right now, I've learned web design, and later and I just finished paying for a course of for data analysis, and later when I'm done schooling, I'm planning to go for cybersecurity. Like I just want to explore a lot of tech skills. So I'm wondering, how is she able to, how what advice will you give us to grow? Because I cannot just keep learning it and not know how to make use of these skills that I want to acquire. And when I reach a situation where I think I can grow, which step should I take? What advice will you give?
Um, all right. Can you please, your name, the last person that just spoke, what's your name, please?
Mariam Suleiman.
Mariam Suleiman. Nice. So, Mariam, it's all, I see a leader in you, right? You're trying to learn so many things at once. You already had it planned out. What next to do? What next to do? And those are the qualities of a leader. Trust me, it's not an easy journey being a woman and from the north and being in the tech space. Survival uh, ratio is very, very low. Your the potential of you surviving is low. So what will keep you going? The challenges will come. Take it from me. You would see them. They are so glaring. You would see them, but what will keep you going, right, is that passion in you. That thing that is pushing you to study web dev, pay for a course, data analysis, plan to go for cybersecurity. Those things that are pushing you, right? That passion is what will make you survive. And then by the time you survive, you would make your impact. By the time you make your impact, people will celebrate you. You will become a mentor, and one day you are going to handhold the younger generation into the and launch them into the ecosystem. So my advice is to have people you look up to. Always have role models. Role models are separate from mentors. Always have a mentor. A mentor is somebody you can always run to. You can walk their path and uh, not get hurt or avoiding mistakes, avoidable mistakes, right? So the greatest advice I can give you right now is be open to learning and then have a mentor. And you have to also explore. You must also be willing, right? Each time you are being knocked down, you come back up, you don't get tired, you keep pushing. Be it the journey is juicy or not, whether it favors you or not, you have to keep pushing. You have to keep the fire burning in you. And trust me, you will find other people that would support you and make the journey worthwhile. And it's not even like it's all rosy anywhere, like any other sector or any industry you find yourself. As far as you are out there to make anything meaningful, you will definitely face those challenges. So just keep your head high, keep the fire burning, keep the passion, keep it right, have mentors, have role models, explore, you know, you will be there. It's just one step at a time. Like the journey will just unfold by itself. You just need to have those requisite um, factors that would keep you pushing. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. Because of our
Um,
time, we can only entertain just one question. That will be for Temitope. Temitope, you can
Ah,
unmute yourself and ask your question. Because of time, that's the only question we'll be able to entertain.
All right, man. Good evening, man. I want to firstly commend your efforts towards the class, and it's been a knowledge-filled class, and I've learned a lot. But I want to, it's not really a question, but just a request concerning the mid assessment that was conducted earlier on. Some many of us we couldn't perform the assessment due to one technical issue or phone issue or network. So I want to ask for opportunity for a make-up test or anything you can do just for those that couldn't perform the test, man.
Sorry, Temitope, this is actually not the platform to ask that question. Like I said on the platform earlier, talk to the admin, they will get to you about that. So that will be all. Thank you so much, my Mrs. Nafisat. Thank you for your time. Thank you for
yeah,
the
thank you so much for this amazing section. It's been educative, full of a lot of insights. I personally have learned a lot. So I'm really grateful for this. So thank everybody for attending our section today. And I believe we've learned a whole lot of things, and even myself I've learned. So bye.
Thank you, ma'am.
It's a pleasure.
Okay.
Thank you everyone for
Oh, you are still
listening.
there. I thought you left.
Yes, I'm here. I'm here. Mr.
Okay.
Abdulaziz.
Okay. So thank you for this amazing section. I
Excuse me,
believe
can I quickly ask you?
they learned a lot.